Tonight, a new emergency in Houston as critical infrastructure begins to buckle and massive reservoirs overflow for the first time in their history. The nation's fourth largest city blowing past a record-shattering 51 inches of rain, opening new mega shelters for thousands with nowhere to go. And tonight, word of a tragedy hitting the police force, an officer drowning in the floods while trying to get to work to help others.
So we couldn't find him, and once our dive team got there, it was too treacherous to go under and look for him.
President Trump and the First Lady on the ground in Texas. The storm now taking aim at Louisiana on the 12th anniversary of Katrina. Nightly News begins right now.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt. Reporting tonight from Katy, Texas.
Good evening once again from Southeast Texas, where we saw something late today that we haven't seen in days. The sun came out for a while, a much needed ray of hope in a region suffering from so much misery and despair. But the strain of 5 days of historic rain is pushing the reservoirs, the dams, the bridges, the levees to the brink. A record-shattering 51 inches since this storm came ashore. President Trump visited the region today, meeting with emergency officials as the rescues continue around the clock. At least 5 people are confirmed dead, including a Houston police officer. And tonight they're bracing for the next hit. Harvey preparing to make a remarkable third landfall on the Texas-Louisiana border. We have all of it covered tonight, starting with NBC's Gabe Gutierrez.
One by one, hundreds more swept up in Houston's massive rescue effort, swelling to an epic scale tonight.
We've been here 25 years and we've never been close, never even been threatened with high water.
U.S. Customs and Border Patrol's Black Hawk crew saving homeowners stranded in raging waters, others hoisted from flooded neighborhoods to safety. The catastrophe taking its toll and claiming more lives.
We couldn't find him, and once our dive team got there, it was too treacherous to go under and look for him. So
Houston's police chief breaking down as he described one of the newly confirmed deaths, one of their own. 34-year veteran Sergeant Steve Perez drowned when floodwaters overcame his vehicle as he tried to get to work. His wife is devastated.
And she tells me, I told him not to go to work, I really didn't want him to go. And his response was, we've got work to do.
Today, a pair of 70-year-old reservoirs that protect downtown Houston started overflowing even after engineers began releasing water from them on Monday to ease pressure on the dams. But the rain kept coming, and now new fears that more neighborhoods along one of the city's main bayous will flood. Some residents had thought the worst had passed. Now a frantic rush to get out.
We heard that the floodgates of the dams had been released. We knew that we were really going to be in for a world of hurt, and we had to get out of there fast.
South of Houston, Brazoria County authorities posted a warning on Twitter that a levee was breached, urging people to get out now. Harvey has shattered the U.S. record for rainfall during a tropical system. A weather station near Houston reported more than 50 inches of rain, topping the previous high of 48 inches, set in 1978. In Harris County alone, 1 trillion gallons of rain has fallen over 4 days, which is more than flows over Niagara Falls in 2 weeks.
It's been amazing how this water has creeped up like this. I am a Houstonian, born and raised here, and I've never seen anything like this.
Waving a Texas flag, President Trump today toured Corpus Christi, near where Harvey made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane on Friday.
This is historic. It's epic what happened. But you know what? It happened in Texas, and Texas can handle anything.
The Red Cross says more than 17,000 evacuees are in shelters. How high was the water in your home, ma'am?
It was about this high.
Hilaria Duran has lived here for a half-century. Today, she and her husband were trapped.
Very terrifying because we're by ourselves. We live alone, and he's a diabetic.
Parents being rescued along with their young children, desperately using anything to keep them afloat. How quickly did it rise?
It was slow, but we just we were hopeful that it wasn't going to happen.
But it did happen, and tonight thousands of families like his are grateful. Help came in time. Houston police say they've arrested more than a dozen looters, but so far, the aftermath here, for the most part, has been orderly. There are fears the death toll could climb, but right now, the focus is on these rescue efforts. Authorities say some homes could be underwater for up to a month. Lester?
All right, Gabe Gutierrez tonight, thank you. And as Gabe just mentioned, there are thousands of evacuees packed into dozens of shelters in and around Houston. Many have ended up inside Houston's Convention Center, which was prepared to take in 5,000 people, but is now packed to nearly double that capacity. We get more on that from NBC's Jacob Rascon.
They arrive by the truckload and by helicopter. 10,000 people and counting now living in Houston's Convention Center. Thalia Castro, her son, and other family members among the rescued.
So I was like, if we can't get out, we have to figure out a way. Like, I wasn't gonna give up on my son.
It is so bad.
Trapped for hours, water rising, unable to reach authorities.
I can't, I'm scared.
Thalia pleaded for help on Facebook.
There was no hope. I was crying hysterically. I thought I was gonna die. Like, I felt like this was the last day I was gonna live.
Carried to safety by a rescue helicopter, her brothers and boyfriend left behind. Finally, they reach each other on the phone. They're okay for now. So many here, young children and families, now receiving food and medical care. A sharp contrast from these images during Hurricane Katrina.
But let me be clear, this is not the Superdome. The Convention Center, we are sustaining food, they have food, we're in security.
Houston stranded, finding refuge in shelters across the city. One of the newest, Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church, initially criticized online for not doing more. Osteen this afternoon tweeting, "Lakewood's doors are open." Now they fill trucks with donations and take in Harvey survivors like the Zhang family, including 4-month-old Sterlingson.
We are just very thankful that we are here safe.
Thousands of Houstonians like the Johnson family also opened their own homes. They took in 2 families.
We're able to help somebody. That is really important for us.
So many evacuees now with an uncertain future.
So if you don't have homeowner insurance, it's gone.
Back at the Convention Center, there are thousands of volunteers. For Thalia, a sense of hope.
I believe that everything's gonna be fine, so that's why I'm calm. I'm scared, but I'm calm.
There have been no arrests reported at the Convention Center, and amazingly, 1 in 5 people here is a volunteer. Houston's mayor says with all the evacuees, he's getting ready to open more mass shelters. Lester?
All right, Jacob Rascon tonight, thank you. The devastation here is hard to comprehend, and for one family, the grief is simply beyond words. 6 of their loved ones lost and feared dead in the rushing floodwaters. Authorities have yet to recover those victims, but tonight we are learning much more about them and what are believed to be their final moments. NBC's Miguel Almaguer now with their story.
Today in hard-hit Greens Bayou, an ocean of misery and a sea of sadness. This is where search teams could not reach one family. The Saldivars were escaping rising waters when their van was swept off a bridge. Rick Saldivar's brother Sammy was behind the wheel.
He said the van was bobbing in the water. That's how deep it was. And he kept yelling at the kids. He can hear the kids screaming and, crying, trying to get out of the van.
Sammy clung to a tree for nearly an hour before help arrived.
The sheriff came over there with a boat and threw the lifeline to him, literally threw a lifeline to him.
Sammy's parents, Manuel and Belia, were retirees in their 80s. 16-year-old Devi had posted on Facebook hours earlier, "No sleep and anxiety. Please let this pass." But Harvey barreled into their neighborhood. Brothers Dominic, 15, Xavier, 8, and little sister Daisy, just 6, watched as floodwaters kept rising. The drive to safety turned tragic. Aunt Anita says there was nothing her nephew could do.
He couldn't even talk to me about the kids. And it's a great loss. I mean, it's very, very devastating.
The bodies of the victims and the van are still missing. Tonight, Greens Bayou is a sea of floodwaters. Search crews clinging to hope as they wade through so much loss. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Houston.
Incredibly, Harvey, which is now back out over the Gulf as a tropical storm, is set to make landfall for a third time overnight, this time closing in on Louisiana, evoking haunting memories of Hurricane Katrina, which also made landfall there exactly 12 years ago today. New Orleans could see as much as 6 inches of rain through Thursday, and flash flood watches are in effect for most of the state. For more now on the threat, we turn to NBC meteorologist Dylan Dreyer, who's tracking the danger. Dylan, what's the latest?
Well, you can tell by the wind, we're still dealing with a tropical storm at this time. Winds are up to about 50 miles per hour right now, but the storm is on the move. We have the back edge of rain moving through the Houston area. That's why the sun is starting to break out. Today, most of the rain has been falling across Beaumont, Texas, which has reported about a foot of rainfall, whereas Houston picked up about 2 to 3 inches of rain. The storm will make that third landfall along the border of Texas and Louisiana tomorrow, then will weaken into a tropical depression by Wednesday afternoon, and then continue to bring some of that rain into the Tennessee River Valley, as much as 4 to 6 inches of rain there. We do still have flash flood warnings in effect in red there, including Beaumont, because of all the rain we have received. Going forward, we're looking at about an additional 6 to 12 inches of rain in the Beaumont area, and then Louisiana, not so much New Orleans, but Louisiana across west central parts of the state could pick up about 7 to 10 inches, and then up through Tennessee, we're looking at the potential for some of that rain as well. But Houston is almost in the clear from any more rain.
All right, Dylan, thanks. That feels good to be out of Gore-Tex tonight, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
All right. Many of you have asked us how you can help the people here in Texas. We have put together a list of charitable organizations, and they are on our Facebook page. We'll have more on the storm in a moment, but there's another major story we are following tonight, a new provocation from North Korea firing a missile over Japan and not showing any signs of backing down in the face of threats from President Trump. And as concern spreads throughout the region, our chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel is in South Korea, gaining rare access inside the underground command center where the U.S. is preparing for anything.
North Korea tonight released images of its leader happily overseeing the regime's latest missile launch, a launch that triggered warnings in Japan, alarms and text alerts telling people to take cover. The ballistic missile traveling 1,500 miles over the Japanese island of Hokkaido, a 14-minute journey into the Pacific Ocean. Kim Jong-un's provocation prompting an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council.
I think enough is enough.
Japan's prime minister calling it an unprecedented threat, and a rebuke from President Trump, who said all options are on the table. But when pressed how the U.S. would respond. But the U.S. has been preparing for an even bigger danger than a missile test.
We're now heading to a secure bunker. It's carved right into the heart of a mountain outside Seoul. And if North Korea ever were to attack, U.S. and South Korean forces could continue to operate from here. It's a place of last resort.
We've got to be able to command and control various units on the Korean Peninsula.
Colonel Chad Carroll giving us rare access to what is effectively the doomsday bunker military commanders would use to survive an assault and launch a counteroffensive.
A lot of people work here.
Enough to get the job done.
U.S. and South Korean war planners expect the North would use chemical weapons, so they may have to stay in here for a long time. And in here today, training on how to repel an all-out invasion from North Korea's massive army.
And North Korea may not be done yet. Officials here in Seoul say they believe preparations are underway for North Korea to carry out an even more provocative new nuclear test, perhaps in the coming weeks. Lester?
Richard Engel tonight in Seoul, South Korea. Thank you. Still ahead, the hits just keep coming from the catastrophe here in Texas, the financial disaster that's also awaiting so many uninsured homeowners long after the floods. Also, the mission to rescue some of the other victims, pets and other animals still trapped in flooded neighborhoods. We hope you can stay with us.
After a DVT blood clot, I sure had a lot on my mind. My 30-year marriage. My 3-month-old business. Plus, what if this happened again? I was given warfarin in the hospital, but wondered, was this the best treatment for me? So I made a point to talk to my doctor. He told me about Eliquis. Eliquis treats DVT and PE blood clots and reduces the risk of them happening again. Not only does Eliquis treat DVT and PE blood clots, Eliquis also had significantly less major bleeding than the standard treatment. Eliquis had both, and that turned around my